This story takes us to 2019, right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Two friends made the mistake of doing something that most locals will tell you never to do. They decided to sneak into the Allegheny Cemetery after dark. Now, if you're from the city, you already know how massive this place is. Over 300 acres of winding gravel paths, mausoleums, and headstones dating back to the 1800s. By day, it's a historical landmark, quiet, peaceful, and even beautiful. But at night, it turns into something else entirely. It's not just eerie, it feels off and strange in many ways. They parked their car a few blocks away around midnight. They decide to climb the iron fence and drop down onto the damp grass. They walk deeper, past rows of crumbling headstones and angel statues whose faces were half worn away, their flashlight beam bounced off the cracked marble and tree trunks. The deeper they went, the more uneasy they became. Near one of the large mausoleums, a stone structure with ivy creeping up its walls and a rusted gate in front. They stopped, and that's when they first heard it. Noises. At first it was faint, like a breeze carrying a voice. But then the noises seemed to grow, almost circling them. Layered voices overlapping in a way that made no sense. They stood, frozen, trying to convince themselves it was just the wind. Then 3 distinct knocks echoed from inside the mausoleum. Slow, heavy, like someone rapping their knuckles against stone. That was enough to get them moving. They hurried down the path, the gravel crunching under their feet, the flashlight trembling in one of their hands. And that's when they saw something that made their blood run cold. Across the grass, stretching unnaturally long in the glow of their flashlight, was a shadow. But it wasn't theirs. It was taller, far taller, and it began to rise, taking the shape of something upright. They said it looked like a figure made of smoke, thick enough to hold a form, but shifting like it was alive. That's when they ran. Their footsteps pounded against the ground as they sprinted back towards the fence. And behind them, they heard it, a dragging sound, like something enormous was being pulled through the dirt, keeping pace with them, getting closer every time they slowed. Now, neither of them dared to look back until they reached the outer fence. They scrambled over the iron bars, falling hard onto the sidewalk outside. When they finally turned, the shadow was gone. The cemetery was silent again. They made it home that night, shaken, but grateful to be out. But the story doesn't end there. The next morning, one of them walked out to his car and froze. Carved into the driver's side door were deep scratches, long, jagged lines that hadn't been there before. Too high up to be an animal, too deliberate to be random, like someone had followed them back and wanted them to know. To this day, both of them swear they'll never step foot in the Allegheny Cemetery after dark again. And if you live in Pittsburgh, maybe you shouldn't either.